In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play bridge with two players. Let's get started. Bridge is played with a deck of 52 cards. The cards are ranked ace high to 2 low. Bridge is a trick-taking game. In a trick-taking game, the first player will play a card. Each player must then play a card of the suit that was played. The highest card of that suit will win the trick. You will also have what is called the trump suit. If a player does not have a card of the suit led, he can play a card of the trump suit, which will beat the suit that was led. At this point, other players can play a card of the trump suit if they don't have a card in the suit that was led. You can also play any card if you don't have a card with the suit that was led. In two-player bridge, both players will sit adjacent to each other. Each player's partner dummy hands will be across from them. The dealer will deal 13 cards to the players and to the dummies. To set up the dummy hand, you will place 6 cards face down, and then on top of those cards, you will place 6 cards face up with 1 face-up card in the middle. Now, the bidding begins. In bridge, you are bidding on the amount of tricks you believe you can make with your hand and your partner's dummy hand. To get an idea of what to bid, there is a point system that you can use. Aces are 4 points, kings are 3 points, queens are 2 points, and jacks are 1 point. You typically want to have at least 12 points to have a minimum bid opening. Each of the suits are also ranked. Clubs are the lowest, then diamonds, then hearts, then spades, and then there is the no trump bid. A no trump bid means that the highest card of the suit led will win the trick with no trump cards. The first bid is the opening bid. To bid, you will bid a number and a suit. The number represents the amount of tricks you believe you can win over the book. The book is 6 tricks, so whatever you bid, you are bidding that number plus 6 tricks. So for example, if you bid 1, you are bidding on 7 tricks. You are also going to name a suit which will be the trump suit. And remember, you can also bid no trump. So an example of a bid would simply be 1 club. The next bidder will either have to bid a number higher than the trump suit call from the previous bidder, the same or higher number in a higher ranked suit, a higher number in a lower suit. You can also pass, which means that your opponent will win the contract and will attempt to score that amount of tricks that he bid. So here's an example of an auction. Let's say player 1 decides he's going to bid 1 club, meaning he thinks he can take 7 tricks. Player 2 decides he's going to bid 2 clubs. He can do this because 2 is higher than 1 and it is in the same suit. Player 1 decides to bid 2 hearts. Now heart is a higher rank than clubs, so he can do that with an equal or higher number. So player 2 decides he's going to go ahead and bid 2 no trump. Now player 1 decides, okay, I'm going to go ahead and bid 3 clubs. Now he can do this because 2 was the previous number and 3 is higher than 2. Player 2 decides to pass. So now player 1, as the declarer, wins the contract and he is going to try to win 9 tricks with clubs as the trump suit. If a player suspects that his opponent cannot make the contract, he can call a double. What a double will do is it will multiply by 2 the score and penalties of the contract. The opponent in this case could redouble, which means that the scores and penalties will be multiplied by 4. So now let's go to a little gameplay. Let's say player 2 won the auction and he ended up bidding 2 hearts, which means he's going to try to win 8 tricks with hearts as the trump color. So he decides to start by playing a 7 of clubs. Player 1 is going to go ahead and look and he has a club to play, so he's going to go ahead and play a 3 of clubs. So now player 2 is going to look at his dummy hand to see what he has. He does not have any clubs, so what he's going to do is he's going to play a heart, which is the trump color. So he goes ahead and plays a 5 of hearts. Player 1, while he is looking at his hand, decides he's going to go ahead and play the 10 of clubs. So now player 2 will go ahead and win that trick. Now, since there is a card that is face down that has been exposed, player 2 is going to go ahead and turn that up and he will be able to use that as well. So the player or dummy that ended up winning the trick will lead with the next card, and play will continue until all of the cards have been played, and then everybody's going to go ahead and count up their points. So in bridge, you're going to be placing scores in 2 sections. The first section is what is called above the line, and this is where you're going to be placing your bonuses and your penalties. The second section is below the line, and this is where you're going to be placing your trick scores. The primary objective in scoring is to be the first player to win 2 games out of 3. A game is won when a player scores 100 or more trick points. To score trick points, the player that made the contract will receive points depending on the number that he bid and the suit that he made trump. For the suits, if he made clubs or diamonds the trump, he'll receive 20 points per the number he bid. If he made hearts or spades the trump, he will receive 30 points for the number that he bid. So for example, if he ended up bidding 2 hearts, he would receive 60 points. This number will change if he had doubled or redoubled the bid and won the contract. If the player bids no trump and completes the contract, they will receive 40 points for the first trick that they made over the book, and they will receive 30 points for any remaining tricks after that. And as always, they will receive these points if they have doubled or redoubled the bid. For any tricks that you made over your bid, you will receive an over trick bonus. These points will go in the above the line section. When a player has won a game, he is considered vulnerable. This simply means he can earn more points in bonuses, but lose more points in penalties. A rubber bonus can be won by winning 2 games. If you win the first 2 games, you're going to win 700 points. If you win 2 games out of 3 games, you will receive 500 points. For the players that didn't win the rubber bonus, they're going to receive a bonus of 300 points for the rubber they did complete, and 50 points for a part score rubber. You can win an honors bonus if, as a declarer, you happen to have the ace, king, queen, jack, and or 10 all in the trump suit. If you happen to have 4 of those 5 cards, you will receive 100 points bonus. If you have all 5, 150 point bonus. If you are doing a no trump bid and you have all 4 aces, you will have received 150 points. To receive this bonus, the player or dummy must have these cards of the trump suit in their hand. There is a small slam and a grand slam bonus. The small slam is given if a player completes a contract with a bid of 6, and the grand slam is given when a contract is completed with a bid of 7. You will receive a 50-point bonus for making a double or redouble contract.
When a player is unable to make his contract, it is considered defeated by the opponent. The opponent will score points for each trick under the contract the player was not able to fulfill.
At the conclusion of the rubber, i.e. 3 games, the points from the above line section and the below line section are tallied together. Whoever has the highest score will win the game.